I believe we are live. We are live. Okay. Actually, give me one moment. Make this feel a little bit better. Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, fuck. Okay. Now it can feel a little bit better. Okay. Now I can feel a little bit better. Welcome to the Wrestling Pod. I'm your host, Carlito Santiago. And as you can see, we're in a whole different room. I'm finally out of the basement, moved upstairs. This isn't the final setup. The setup will be over here when I get my big TV, 50-inch over there. So for now, this is what it will be. But we just had Monday Night Raw, of course, after the Saturday Night Main Event 41. So we got some things to talk about. First, we need to talk about what happened with CM Punk, what went down with basically what went down after Saturday Night Main Event. So let's start off. CM Punk actually came out. The new World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk kicked off Monday's show, hitting the ring to address the WWE fans on his first night with the gold back in his possession. He thanked his lovely, lovely, beautiful wife, AJ. He didn't blow her a kiss, but he did compliment her in many grateful ways. The man he defeated to regain the gold, Jey Uso. He said 3 minutes was not enough time to hold on to gold, so he is going to have to make sure he holds on to it a lot longer. Punk warned Seth Rollins, if you come back and get in my business, I will put you back on the couch. The best in the world called out the Vision as threats, but brought up AJ Styles, Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, Finn Balor, Sheamus, and John Cena as guys he wants to fight because they have earned title opportunities. Logan Paul interrupted, though, which was surprising, causing Punk to say, anyone but you, and he was crying about it on the mic, and I thought this was great. Of course, this then led to Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed coming out, making their presence felt, and issuing a warning to Punk and Paul. And, of course, they had a beatdown in progress, so it was the same typical opening that you get. For 26 minutes, that's perfect. Kind of with the whole time crunch now, time slowing down for us now on the east side. It was pretty good. We got to our first match. Graded a B, and I agree. We got to our first match, which was Stephanie Vakir teaming up with Nikki Bella to take on Roxanne and Raquel. Born of last week's confrontation between the Babyfaces and the Judgment Day, the match pinning, of course, the women's world champion Stephanie Vakir and Bella against Perez and Rodriguez started hot, with the former two riding momentum into the commercial break. During the timeout, though, the heels isolated Bella and cut her off from her partner, targeting her head and neck area to gain the upper hand. A tornado DDT from Bella finally created some separation that allowed her to make the tag to La Primera. Vakir exploded into the match, taking the fight to her opponents and delivering a dragon corkscrew leg whip to Rodriguez. They did 2 crossbodies from the apron to the outside at one point. She tried to hoist Rodriguez up for the SVP, but couldn't. The babyfaces continue to roll with the champion teasing the Devil's Kiss on ringside, but Rodriguez blocked it, though, slamming Vakir onto the hardest part of the ring. She added a cheap shot to Bella, and Perez scored the victory off for the heels with the pop rocks to the Hall of Famer. So, of course, this is another win under the belt of Perez over Bella. A lot of energy here, of course. Backstage, Punk asked Jay if he could trust him. Uso reassured him, and we got a tag team match set for the main event. So there's that. But graded a B-. I think the minus comes in when you think about the ring rust that comes from Nikki Bella. There's even a promo, or there's even a little segment backstage between the two, between La Primera and, of course, Nikki Bella. Kind of a veteran feeling down about herself, trying to hang with the new class and the new school of wrestlers, and she can't do that anymore. Penta took on El Grande Americano. See, of course, flanked by Bravo and Rayo. The El Grande Americano squared off with Penta in a singles competition. The babyface controlled the majority of the opening minutes, keeping Americano off guard. The heel countered a Mexican destroyer on the ring apron, though, and sent Penta crashing back first onto it to turn the tides in his favor ahead of a commercial break. Back from the break, Penta created separation, stunning Americano while he was not able to mount a consistent offense. He fought his way back into the match when Bravo interfered, sweeping the fan favorite's legs from out from underneath him. He was ejected from ringside, and then Rayo did the same thing, tried to slip metal into the match, and then got ejected too. Penta saw this coming. He super kicked the head of Americano, and of course, fucking hit a Mexican destroyer for the victory. So graded B-, and I think this was right too. A video promo package also aired for the Kabuki Warriors. The Los Americanos thing, I don't know where they're going with it. I feel like they're stretching this out longer. It even says, as where the preceding match suffered from a disjointed spot or two down the stretch, this one was hurt by overbooking involving Los Americanos that took away from what was fairly a strong match. So I don't know what they're really trying to go for here with the Americanos gimmicks. Honestly, we both know it's Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne under the mask. But again, they're really trying to like give him like some people. It's crazy. So grade a B-, and we're going to keep going with a Dominic Mysterio promo. What can we do with Dominic? Well, we would think that John Cena would come out. Well, John Cena didn't come out or say a video package or nothing. Fresh off of the 9th successful title defense of the Intercontinental Championship Saturday, Dominic hit the ring for a promo and wasted no time claiming that there was no one who could stop him. Here comes Daddy. Rey Mysterio came back after a lengthy foot injury. The Hall of Famer took exception to his son claiming to be the king of the luchadors, calling it an insult to Los Santos, Blue Devil, and Eddie Guerrero. Dominic claimed to be better than all of them. More importantly, knows he's better than his father. Rey warned his son, though, "You can disrespect me all you want, but I won't let you disrespect Lucha Libre." The Elder warned that as long as he is around, Dom will never be the king of the luchadors, and ended the segment by blocking a cheap shot and delivering a 619. So this was good, and hopefully, this would be great. A father-son entering the Survivor Series in their hometown of San Diego, that'd be fucking perfect. I just think it sucks that John Cena's not a part of it. Who knows? Maybe John Cena will team up with, in the War Games. That was another theory that would happen. John Cena would team up with Punk and whoever to take down the Vision. Becky Lynch also had a word of warning. See, Becky just jumped on the announce table unexpectedly and cut a scathing promo in the last few weeks of her life, including the injury to her husband, her hot husband, Seth Rollins, Adam Pearce, and sending Adam Pearce sending her home, and Maxine Dupree thinking she is in the same league as the Man. So, because we're not even at War Games yet, I think they're probably either going to set up one of two things. With Becky heading up the rampway, she had an interesting conversation with the Kabuki Warriors, potentially setting up a partnership in time for Survivor Series at War Games. That's one option. The other option is that Dupree takes on Big Time Bex. Becky Lynch for the IC title in San Diego, which I think Maxine's actually from California. I think. Let's do some research. I think she's from California. Is she? Loomis? Isn't that like... That's nowhere near San Diego. But, again, nowhere near San Diego. But it's within California, so we were right about that. So... Let's just give her the title match then. Like at San Diego, let's give her the title match, or put her in the Survivor Series match with the Kabuki Warriors. And speaking of the Kabuki Warriors, we hopped into our next match, the women's tag team match. The results of the closing moments of last week's show. The next match pit Bayley and Lyra Valkyria against Asuka and Kairi Sane. This sucks for Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, taking 2 losses as a tag team. The heel sees control of the bout, negating the early onslaughts by the babyface ahead of a commercial break. Valkyria. What the fuck? Okay, I don't know what the fuck just happened there. Let's try that one more time. Um, the heel seized control of the bout, negating the early onslaught by the babyfaces ahead of the commercial break. Valkyria dropped Sane with a powerbomb from the outside of nowhere, or from out of nowhere, from the outside, what the fuck, from the out of nowhere, and made the hot tag to Bayley, who exploded into the match and delivered a big elbow drop to Asuka for the 2. Sane cut her down with a forearm from the ring apron after making an undetected tag, but the role model recovered and delivered a Bayley to belly for another near fall. Valkyria delivered a big leg drop to Sane for yet another 2 count, only for the pirate Disney princess to drive her into the mat with a double stomp from the top rope. Late in the match, Asuka sent the former Women's IC champion into Bayley, knocking her from the apron back into the squared circle. The Empress Tomorrow trapped, of course, Valkyria in the Asuka lock, forcing her to submit. Now, after the match, the heels teased a beatdown until Charlotte and Alexa Bliss made the save, clearing the ring and standing tall to close things out. So this was graded a B. And for what it's worth, I think we're going to get these guys defending maybe a possible triple threat match. But, you could do a triple threat match, women's tag team match, but you could also do just Flair and Bliss versus Asuka and Kairi Sane. Like, they're literally the heels in this. Like, honestly. Now, backstage, a frustrated Dominic Mysterio interrupted Judgment Day teammates. As Finn Balor and JD McDonough were going to be dealing with the tag team titles. And, of course, we found out that Raquel is getting a world title match for next week. But let's speak about those tag team championships, shall we? 2 weeks later, after so much tag teams, I gotta give it to Adam Pearce, man. Like, I've been up his ass for like a few months about fucking booking tag team matches, and thank God he's actually doing something with the tag team championships. He's actually doing something with the tag teams. Like, thank fuck. AJ Styles right now is literally on Dragon Lee's height. Like, look at this shit. 2 men who are literally the same height. You'll love to see it. And one's a fucking veteran. Anyway, 2 weeks after besting the Judgment Day for the title, Styles and Lee defended their belts against Balor and McDonough. The challengers took a different approach to this contest, attacking from the opening bell and seizing early control of the bout, which quick tags and focused offense can lead you to success. The babyfaces fought back and launched themselves over the top rope and onto the former champion as the show headed into a commercial break. We came back and the action was fast and furious. Too fast, too furious. With Lee sparking the championship comeback, Balor cut him off, though, dropping him by the heels a momentary reprieve. That's an odd way to end it. A tag to Styles brought the future Hall of Famer back into the fray and square off McDonough. Dominic Mysterio got involved, trying to use but his shenanigans backfired, leading to Balor delivering a coup de grace to McDonough by accident. The Irishman made the save for the heels and ordered Mysterio to hit Styles with the IC title belt. But there came Sheamus, because Sheamus isn't done with any of the motherfuckers. Sheamus appeared and wiped out Dirty Dom. Balor used a shillelagh on Styles, but Lee broke up the pinfall attempt as the action continued to break down. The latter wiped out 2/3 of the Judgment Day villains at ringside. Back into the square circle, the phenomenal AJ Styles caught McDonough, hit him with the Styles Clash to retain the titles. So this was perfect. I like how they did this. This was great. Honestly, their tag team title match win was more impressive, but the rematch was just as good too. So I'm liking what we're seeing here. But as for your main event, Adam Pearce announced the first 2-round matches for that the Time Is Now tournament starting next Monday in Boston. Damian Priest and Rusev, Sheamus, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Nick Aldis will draw the next 2 matches on Friday. The main event of this show is sponsored to you by Battlefield 6. But we don't do sponsors here, so we got Jey Uso, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, CM Punk tag team match. Everything as you know, if you've seen it. The heels wrestled control of the match away during the commercial break. Punished Punk coming out of it, driving their combined weight into the sternum of the world champion as chants of "Let's Go Uso" rained from the stands. After several moments on the defense, Punk was able to tag in Uso into the match, and the former world champion unloaded on the heels. The fight spilled to the floor, where countout was ultimately declared. It was hardly the end of the war, though, because Breaker would wipe out Uso with a super spear. The heels teed off on the baby faces. Punk grabbed a steel chair to neutralize the heels, and Logan Paul joined the fray, thinking that he's going to be buddy-buddy, only to knock Punk out unconscious with a pair of brass knuckles. Paul then stared down the vision. Paul Heyman said, "Your move," and Logan seemingly aligned himself with the faction. So I think Logan Paul's going to join the group. So now it's going to be Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and 2 other people to fight Punk, Uso, and whoever is willing to join him, whether that be LA Knight, Roman Reigns, and maybe John Cena. Who knows? But what was this show overall? Well, this was a marked improvement over Friday's flat SmackDown and Saturday Night Main Event, which felt like the coldest live event special WWE has run in recent memory. From a hot promo segment to start things, to quality in-ring action out of the women's division, to the renewal of Rey and Dominic rivalry, to another stellar tag team title match, this was hit after hit after hit, and the ending angle was a bit predictable, but Logan Paul aligning himself with Paul Heyman is an interesting development and should be worth exploring deeper into the coming weeks. I agree. Logan Paul was a surprise. I loved Punk's reaction. And let's just mention this, get the cat out of the fucking bag. This was teased. It's not like it was anything special. See, Punk and Paul was teased from the beginning of the year. Think about it. At Royal Rumble, Logan Paul was the man who eliminated CM Punk. And then in the Elimination Chamber, CM Punk would eliminate Logan Paul. So it all kind of said itself. The seeds were planted for key Survivor Series War Games matches and rivalries, and it will be interesting to see how the company waters them over the next few weeks, starting with SmackDown probably. But until then, Raw remains the best weekly television show produced by WWE so far, and it's getting better, and it's going to keep getting better because Triple H is in fucking charge, even if he's not at the fucking shows. Graded a B, and I think it deserves a plus for that championship match. Adam Pearce, keep doing what you're doing, brother. You know what you're doing. Also, go Green Bay Packers. But, yeah, what did you guys think of Raw? Let me know in the comments down below. I think this was a stellar Raw. Again, improvement of last week. They were in New Mexico. Now we're heading to Boston, of course. You guys will be seeing, of course. You won't be seeing me there, but you will be seeing this hat on next week. I can't wait for it. Survivor Series is just on the way. I set up the streams for it so you guys know when you're prepared for it. So, until then, or until next week, or actually, you will see Lewis this Friday for what went down on football on Thursday night. And then you will see me here on Saturday with... Oh, fuck it. If it only turns. You'll see me on SmackDown for the SmackDown Summary on Saturday. So I'll see you guys next week, and I'll see you guys this week. Peace.